I'll have to be honest with you. First thing I'm going to mention right up front is it's free. I like this service when it's free because, you know, you can tie up a lot of money in different services, and from experience I found out that sometimes you can pay a lot of money and you may not be getting that much out of it.
Good afternoon, welcome to GrainTV. My name's Cody. Today's Monday the 11th here, and we had the market trading lower to unchanged. Let's turn over to the grain hedge trading platform, see where we closed off the day. Corn down 2 3/4, soybeans down 2 1/4, and wheat in Chicago here unchanged on the day. Let's take a quick look at the winter wheat conditions report out here this morning, or after the market closed. You'll notice that we did see an improvement in overall winter wheat conditions. We moved from 37% fair to 36% fair, and that 1% decline in the fair column actually shifted over to the good column. So you'll notice that we did have an increase there in crop conditions. That's positive to see. And when you look at the weather here coming down the pipe for the next week, it looks as though there's going to be more precipitation for that plains region that really needed a drink. So this is very positive for the winter wheat crop. No major concerns there. Let's take a look at planting pace. You'll notice that corn came in within analyst expectations here. We've seen 75% of corn planted as of the 10th. So this is ahead of the 4-year average, which is right around 57%. So this is, once again, a huge leap in planting progress here this week. It looks as though in the weather, we should see some rain, some delay, but for the most part, about 3 good days of field work here in the coming weeks. So there's no real concerns here about corn planting pace at this point. Let's take a look at soybeans. You'll notice there's no real concerns there either, as we have 31% of the crop planted as of May 10th. That's very positive to see. It's ahead of the 4-year average, which is 20% during this time. Then just take a look at the weather outlook. Will we get more field work in here this next week? Yes, I believe so. You'll notice the earlier part of the week is really characterized by very cold temperatures here throughout the Midwest, but then you have a situation where we start to warm, and you'll notice the whole grain belt starts to warm up there really by Thursday and heats up there into Sunday. So it looks as though we're going to have some good weather there. Also, you'll notice that precipitation seems to be scattered throughout the week, with more precipitation in the north, the northern Midwest, and also, northern Midwest really on Saturday and Sunday. So we're going to have to see what sort of planting progress we can get done. But it looks as though there's about 3 solid days this next week where we can get field work in. Now we're going to switch our attention over here to the WASDE report expectations. You'll notice that there are expectations for both corn and wheat ending stocks for old crop to increase in this May WASDE report over what was reported in April. It's expected here that we see 1.864 billion bushels of carryout here. That's the average trade guess of a Reuters poll. Soybeans is expected to see 360 million bushel carryout. That would be down 10 million bushels from the previous WASDE report. This makes sense to me just because we've had very strong export sales pace here. It's really kept us well ahead of pace to meet USDA expectations. And really, not only are we ahead of last year's pace, but we continue to get sales when you don't expect them. During this time, we typically do not see much for sales. If anything, we get cancellations here due to the fact that South American harvest is in full swing, or it really has been completed, and now there's a lot of exporting going out of South America. With that being said, you'd expect that those sales would go on to South American books, but it just doesn't seem to be the case this year. We continue to get export sales that are strong on the weekly numbers. Both last week and the week before, we had over 300,000 metric tons. So very good export sales. I would expect to see a revision in that category here in the WASDE report. And then when you look at wheat here, there is expectation that we have an increase there of 693 million bushels. That's going to be up from 684 million bushels reported there in April. New crop expectations for ending stocks, Corn 1.752 billion bushels, soybeans 443 million bushels, and wheat 750 million bushels. So those are all the expectations for the new crop this next marketing year. Do keep in mind though that we do have Argentina and Brazil, and it seems as though recently out of those countries there continues to be forecast revisions higher there in their expectations for crop production this year. In particular, analysts are expecting an increase out of Argentina. We have seen the Buenos Aires Grain Exchange increasing their forecasts. In general, analysts are expecting to see an increase in Argentina corn production by nearly 1 million metric tons, and also soybean production by over or around 1.5 million metric tons. Out of Brazil, there is an expectation that corn production will increase, but soybean production is expected to stay for the most part stagnant. Other than that, guys, that wraps up today's show. If you have any questions about what we talked about today, please give the office a call at 877-472-4607. If you want to try and get ready for this report, or you want to be able to view these live quotes from your phone as the market trades the results of this WASDE report, please go to grainhedge.com, put your name on that 14-day free trial. We'll get in touch with you. We'll give you those credentials so that you can view live quotes on your phone and stay in touch with the markets. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll see you here on Tuesday.